PSY-POD. PSY-POD.
Okay.
Okay, and live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. We're back again with another round of the pod with Kinley and Sai. And this is PSY-POD number 22. If this is the first time you're watching this pod, this is a podcast about nothing. And during this lockdown time, we're doing this shit over Google Meet. So, Kinley, would you like to introduce our guest, please?
Yes, I would. And today's guest, an actor from Lunana, for Lunana, not from Lunana, an actor from Lunana, a singer, a songwriter, an internet personality. Calden could not be here, so instead we got Sherab. So here's please welcome Sherab Dorji, who is, like I mentioned before, he is one of the leading roles for Lunana, a yak in the classroom. He is the yak in that classroom. So welcome, Sherab.
Hello guys.
Was that what it was meant? What? Were you the yak in the classroom?
Well, it's for you to decide.
Was that the message? What? I'm the yak in the classroom. I thought it was actually because there's a yak in one of the scenes.
Well, it's literal and there's something more to it.
Oh
It's
shit!
up to
And there's
you.
new information for me. I didn't realize that.
I always assumed that it was Sherab who was actually the yak in the classroom.
There's a relation
Because I
Is
al-
here, by the way.
being a yak
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
me and
Always took it in the sense that a yak in the classroom would be something that is unexpected. So him being in Lunana was something that was unexpected, something like that. I don't know. That's how I took it.
nice.
By the way, Kinley, how do we look right now in your peripherals?
Okay, so hang on, let me take a look. So, you're good, yeah.
No, I'm saying
How do
no, from that perspective over there, from your usual part, chapole.
Oh yeah, I can't see shit from here.
Can't see. At least can you tell like who's speaking? There'll
Of
be a
course,
little
I can tell
indicator.
who's speaking. I can always tell.
No, not from like audio wise, like from the there's a cue, no, a blue thing comes up but they're on the screen.
Bro, I can't even see my phone from here. You think I'll see the blue thing?
I like the ironic part that your background is a huge eye now.
It's not an eye, it's a giant dark orb.
Oh,
I thought it
it's
was an
like a
eye.
black hole.
I thought it was an eye. I thought you kept it as an ironic thing, no point.
Yeah,
Ironic, guys.
Yeah, but we're going to obviously be talking about Lunana, but before that, I think the more important question, Sherab, is how have you been doing with lockdown? What's been happening?
Great. I love being at home, working from home. Yeah, and I started a virus called I drink water, you guys drink water as well.
Yeah, I'm drinking water also.
Yeah, that's what
In-
I started it.
In a wine thing, I think. Yeah, it's contagious.
Well, I can't see you. I can't see you doing it. It doesn't work.
Oh yeah, he didn't see it.
Yeah, so it's
So it's
meant to be. I don't know.
meant to be.
But like that.
Well, lockdown has been really nice. I've been doing a lot of things that is sort of called self-help.
Porn.
I don't
Okay.
mean it in that sense. No,
Basically porn.
working on myself rather, and then
It works in that regard too. I'm sorry.
myself. Working it on myself.
working on myself, and it's been fun. How about you guys?
I've been pickling things. Like,
Okay, Kinley.
no,
Okay.
like I've been experimenting with a lot of vegetables and eating them as well. But I recently I've been really wanting to learn how to make pickle brine. So I got online, found some recipes, went to the store next to my place, got some stuff, and I have a huge jar of pickled cucumber, carrots, and boiled eggs,
Nice.
which I'm waiting to enjoy in the next month, probably letting it pickle.
All right.
Don't you find that I think Bhutan is the only only country like people from Bhutan are the only people who like say like when we say pickle, no, I'm eating something pickle. We quickly assume it's going to be spicy, man. like pickle like dale or like something like that. But then, like when you if you say that to like an American, they'll always like assume like maybe like cucumbers and shit. No.
Yeah, like it should. I think. I don't. Is it called pickling though? Like you're just soaking something in
Stop
vinegar
saying
and-
pickling. Google pickling.
What?
But
You
use
know.
the Urban Dictionary.
Okay. Now I
I'm gonna Google pickling, man. What's pickling?
But
Actually, I'm
the-
gonna Google up in this what do you call setup. I'm going to Google it. Pickling, PIC, pickling.
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Okay, pickling. Pickling is when an old man. The pickling, checking out others' body, preferably chest, crouch, or butt regions, usually done in a quick glance, then a round two for a second look. You can be pickled or do some pickling or yell out pickles so your friends knows what is happening secretly. Example one. Yo, Nick, that girl was pickling the shit out of you. Was that what you meant?
in that case, I'm sorry. That doesn't happen.
Well, there's a dirtier version which
Yeah,
says pickling is when one man comes another man's ass and a third man inserts the erect penis into the man's ass and then lets the man sit in his cum-filled anus. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it.
Oh, was
Urban
that your thing or the pickling was the first one or the second one you were talking about?
Both.
Huh? Shut up.
I wasn't talking about it. Oh, my. Oh,
You said
my
you said you
understanding-
Google.
The second one is what I read on Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Disclaimer. After I said that, very horrible image in put them in people's heads right now.
Some dude's regular Wednesday for all. Yeah,
Kile, he avoided his lockdown question. How was lockdown?
yeah.
for
What did you
Sai?
do in your lockdown, Sai?
I've been playing a lot of games, man. Playing a lot of. God of War came on PC. So I've been
Yes.
playing God of War. God of War came on PC. And there's been some weird mods, man. They put like Batman in, then they put some other stuff. So
Did they
been
put
playing
Thomas
God of
the
War.
engine? Thomas the
Yeah, they put
Steam engine.
Thomas and all.
Well,
I've
what's
been
what's
playing
what's Thomas what? What Thomas the what? Engine?
Thomas the train.
Train engine.
Thomas the
Thomas the train engine. English speaking.
tank engine. Thomas the tank engine.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's tank engine.
Okay, so you
Tank engine.
Yeah, Thomas the tank engine.
or is it steam engine?
Tank engine.
Hang on, Google it, Sai.
Yeah, I want to think.
I think it's Thomas the tank engine.
Thomas the train law.
Train engine?
Thomas and friends. Thomas
See,
and
where did you
friends.
see? Is this like a Mandela effect?
Yeah, I always remember his name.
Thomas the
having
tank engine law.
tank engine.
Thomas the tank.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go to the official term. I think it's 1 second, my Wikipedia. Thomas
After he gets
Yeah.
pickled, it's Thomas the tank engine.
the tank engine, man. Thomas the tank
Join
engine.
SciPod to listen to guys talk about Thomas the tank engine.
Thomas and friends. I think that's the most common one. I think.
But Thomas is known as the tank engine, alright.
If I'm not mistaken, in one of the episodes, George Harrison actually did a cameo.
Oh, nice. I didn't know
Who's
that.
George Harrison? Now let's.
Who's George Harrison?
What the Beatles say. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's like the one of the lesser known Beatle.
What? You don't know his song? My sweet love. No, my sweet Lord. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Yeah, or Guitar Gently Weeps.
I only know 3 Beatles.
Beatles.
John.
Ringo.
What's his name now? Ringo, and what's the other guy's
Paul
name?
McCartney.
Paul
Know
McCartney.
them.
yeah.
He says he knows them, and then he's like,
No, you didn't let me finish. Now I was thinking about it. You didn't let me finish. How many Beatles are there? There are 4 of them or 5 of them?
Yeah, four.
4.
Okay, so now I know the last one now.
It's considered that their music producer, I forgot his name, George Martin. I think he was
R.R.
the,
Martin?
No. I forgot. Their producer was considered the fifth Beatle because he knew exactly how to mix the songs that they made, which made like the way he produced the music actually made them like they believe that it's because of how he also did the production that the songs became so big. That's why he's considered to be the fifth Beatle.
Okay.
We should get like one more member and then we can call ourselves the Pickles.
Back.
But how do you
Back
spell
to
it
where it
like
started.
differently? Like the beetle is also a thing, no, misspelled on purpose, no.
Yeah.
How do you spell pickle? P-E-C-I-K-E-L-S.
Sherab can give
P-E-A-K.
it.
P-E-A-K. Beakles.
Speaking of which, Sherab, you, Kelton, and the giant, your group is called what?
What?
The pickles.
Huh? Whichever.
The Naka.
The Naka.
Yeah.
N-A-K-A. Like
Yeah, Naka.
darkness.
Black
Or like-
and white.
Naka means black and white, yeah.
Yeah. Na is
Oh.
black. Ka is ka. Oh, I'm not the expert. Don't take my word for it. We basically
you didn't name
named
it.
we basically named ourselves after our yak, the one in Lunana.
Ah, in the movie.
He passed away, so in honor, we just named the band Naka. His original name is Naka, and there's a scene in the movie which was left in where I call him by his real name and not his movie name. His movie name is Nobu, and I'm supposed to say Nobu, but then I say Naka, but they left that in.
But why would you change the name of the yak in the movie? I mean, like
Well, Norbu symbolizes what? What is Nobu in Zonka?
gems, precious
Yes,
gems.
so we're trying to symbolize the yak as something very precious to the people. Up there
okay.
in Lunana, that's why.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Because usually whenever there are like
Aside just-
animals,
Disconnected? He's just standing there.
he should be back. I mean, he's the host for the meeting. He has to
Oh
come
my
back.
god. I've got it recorded here, man. So we can leave that in. Him just
Yeah.
being stuck there.
No way we can. No way we can start it back up now.
Yeah.
But like what I was trying to say is usually in a lot of movies, whenever they have animal cast, right?
Yeah.
They usually keep the name of the actual name that the animal has as the name of the animal in the movie
Yes.
itself. So quite interesting that you changed the name of the yak.
Yeah. Well,
And in Naka means never mind. So the
Oh.
yak was basically it's called never mind.
oh, Naka means never mind.
In Kenka. I don't know what it means.
Okay. Well, it's the Lunups who named him.
Yeah, but like how, like, did y'all like how did y'all get there? Did y'all all get like a helicopter ride up there, or did y'all like have to go the old school way?
We had initially planned going old school, but then what happened was we had only one camera, and we had very limited batteries, and then the generators would have to be taken up as well. It's a 4 to 5 day hike in harsh conditions and rain and everything, mud. So we couldn't risk our equipment, one thing. And the other thing is,
Shut up.
yes,
My internet connection fell off, so like you got cut off and you're about to explain about the
yeah,
yak.
we'll do this. We'll keep that recording, and we can use my recording, and then we'll be like, because you were just there stuck, and it was a funny moment, so we can keep that.
We cannot edit that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is for the editor.
But anyways,
Gentlemen,
you-
let's cut it after this. Okay. Anyways, okay. I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, Sherab was telling us about how they got to Lunana. They were supposed to take the old school route, but then they.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
go on,
then
Sherab. Sorry.
we had only one camera, and then we couldn't risk our equipment. Generators had to be taken up. So when the production team did the calculations, it was actually going to be more expensive to have everything transported there by mules and people, helpers, cooks, everyday meal. So it was much cheaper to take a helicopter, but a helicopter was only for the essentials and the main actors, and then the rest of the rations were brought through mules. So we tried to cut down on the helicopter rides as well. So everything was done very efficiently, money-wise and logistic-wise.
So you guys got to ride like ballers, huh? Helicopter.
I guess so. I wouldn't say we were.
So wait, so
But wait. In the shooting, in the film, you guys are walking towards the trail, minute.
Yes.
So how did that go about? How did you go use the helicopter to go up and down, but then still shoot during the path?
A few months prior to filming, what happened was recce. So they went to Lunana. They found hiking spots, and we found hiking spots in and around Thimphu as well. And then we recorded the hiking scenes there.
Oh, okay, but it seemed a little, what do you call, foggy, no?
Yes, yes.
Like it looked like it was actually you guys were there.
So like we did Chalala, and the location scouting was really good. So, yep.
Okay, did you move your location of your camera, or did you move to the place?
Oh, he's
Or
become
is the
very
window
dark.
gone? Because you look like you're in someone's butthole right now.
no, I had to switch on my room lights. That's why. I think the light is behind me. That's why. Hang on.
Why don't you face the light?
There we go.
Ah, much
That's
better.
much better.
Much better.
I switched off the light. I just wanted to see how it would look if I switched on the light.
Okay.
How come when you switch off the light, you look more brighter?
No, I have two light sources. The light source that you're seeing right now is from my table lamp. But the one a while ago, it was behind me. I just wanted to see how it would look.
Yeah, it looked worse. Anyways. Okay, anyways, what was we going to ask about the filming? I forgot.
So you
but
said,
anyways, yeah,
So it's a single camera setup in Sherab?
Who's?
the shooting.
It was a single camera.
Yeah, we did it with one camera. I think it's
Really?
Jimmy's
Wow.
Canon C500. I think that was the equipment. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How long did it take, by the way? How long was production?
Pre-production took about a year, and in the pre-production we were trained. We got acting lessons as well. Now Kinley is okay. He's back. We got acting lessons as well, so that was about a year, and then actual shoot took about 3 to 4 months, and then majority of it was in Lunana.
So how much time did you actually spend up there?
In Lunana, I guess about 2 months, including and our helicopters were delayed because it was the winter was coming, so the helicopters were delayed quite a bit.
I'm sorry.
We had to wait. Yeah, I know.
Yes, Jon Snow.
I
know.
I added the reference.
I was
Giant
trying my best not
From the movie is a huge Game of Thrones fan.
Hulo. Giant.
Ugin.
Ugin Norbulin.
Yeah. Thing. What was it? So when you were in Lunana for 2 months, so you guys had to eat you had enough rations to eat what they were eating up there.
Yeah.
You know?
So remember the mules? They took rations for us and the.
Y'all ate them.
Remember the mules which took the rations? Yeah, we ate those mules. Plot twist.
It sounded like he was going in that direction.
No.
Remember Naka the yak? Yeah. You want to know how he died?
Okay, no. That I think that's their favorite yak. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Anyway, yeah, we had enough rations for the villagers and us. So, and we had a cook who'd cook for us. And I wasn't free for those 2 months because 92% of the movie, my face is just planted there. So
I'm so sorry.
Every
Yeah. I just thought I'd quickly say this. Speaking of cooks, Happy International Women's Day.
Oh yes,
Go on.
Happy International Women's Day.
I don't know when this will come out, but yeah, today is International
today
Women's
is-
Day.
Yeah,
for
and
in
also
honor
there's
of
a
all the-
fire going on in Mongar and Lunsi.
There's a fire going on today.
Yeah, today. So rip.
Why is
I
always in
mean,
Mongar there?
not rip.
Last time also it was in Mongar. There was a fire in Mongar there.
The animals. I meant the animals.
What do you mean animals? I thought you said fire in Mongar.
Yeah, and I said rip, and then it sounded wrong, so I was like the animals. I mean the insects.
Oh, the insect.
But yeah, like
Edit it
with
out.
with this whole like Lunana thing, going to the Oscars and everything. Have you been contacted by any of the foreign press regarding Lunana now?
Yeah, we've been having quite a few interviews with the cast, directors, and us. So
No.
it's
So you've been doing some any notable ones? Are you willing to? Are you allowed to share?
notable ones. Nah.
No. So Anish, so when the news came out, no, did you guys know it before they came out in the media, or did you guys
No,
found
we
out?
found out as it was being announced, because we had no
Oh,
expectations. Like we were like, okay, we were in the short list, and that's good enough. And then people start tagging us, and we're like, oh my god, we made it.
the guy I saw the thing, what do you call when the nomination was announced, the guy who was pronouncing it. I don't know if he meant to pronounce it that way, but he pronounced it kind of weird in the manner.
LuAna. LuAna.
LuAna, the sequel to Moana, now in in South Asia.
LuAna watched this.
What?
Huh?
You
LuAna watched this movie.
We didn't hear what you said, Kile.
Yeah, never mind. Let's not let's not linger on it. The moment is gone.
Welcome
moment
to
is gone.
Bhutan's internet.
Yes.
Okay, what do you call? Then, so now for the Oscars, are you guys gonna go?
It's already happening. So the
Happening, yeah,
situation
when?
with soon, I think. The situation with the Oscars is Bhutan is locked down, and the visa situation is really hard for us. But Achupao is gone, so he's representing Bhutan.
Or he's going to go attend the ceremony?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Easier for him because he was in Taiwan.
Oh, but nice no, to be in the
Yeah.
in that scenario.
It would have been nice. Yeah.
Wow, will be damn.
I mean, even if the hope, like I was telling Sherab, the hope is that that we win. But even if we don't, I think being nominated is also a win in itself. I mean,
Of course,
yeah, and this should probably push more people into making
more films. Yeah.
more films of that caliber as well.
Yeah. But then that'll take some time. Our cinema. How old is our cinema? Like, was it 19? Like, what was the first movie you had? Gaslam is thinking. Which movie? Which year was it?
No idea.
I think at least late 80s or early 90s around any movie.
okay.
So like,
Yeah.
let's say like
Our
like,
industry is just
not even
blooming.
It's like yeah, just less than 30 years, if not 30 years. The film industry, and if you got a first nomination in film, in 30 years, it's a very big accomplishment. And if you want to take that aside, like how long have we been having media? The 1998 we have TV there.
Yeah.
So it's fucking very
The year I was born,
interesting.
TV
Yeah,
was
man.
introduced.
See, at least you lived life with full TV exposure. No, me and Kinley we had the VHS. We had the VHS days, man.
Yeah, I watched.
You need a TV for VHS.
What lo? Yeah, but I'm saying we didn't have like cable TV.
No cable TV, basically.
Oh, okay. You guys are acting like you're so old, yeah.
We're not that old, of
Yeah.
course, but then I still lived through like at least like 3-4 years of my adolescence. Watching like Mulan.
Who even
like
remembers
5 times.
their first 3-4 years?
I remember watching Mulan, and by that I was like 3-4 years there, and I watched Mulan, Lion King. I remember one distinct movie, Beverly Hills Ninja. It was Chris Farley.
Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I like that.
So I had like 5 movies in my home library, and then I that's why I remember very distinctly which movies it was. It was Lion King,
okay.
Mulan, Beverly Hills Ninja, Flubber, and what was it there? One more there. Okay, but it was those
Did
four
you
for
have-
sure.
Godzilla.
Do you have Three Ninjas? I used to love watching Three Ninjas back then.
What's Three Ninjas?
Oh wow, never mind.
Two
I
brothers.
don't know
Is it
what
like
Three
two
Ninjas
brothers?
is.
Two brothers. They love each other, but they're fighting.
Sherab heard of Three Ninjas, haven't you, Sherab? I'm sure you've heard of Three Ninjas.
Remind me? I mean, Three Ninjas.
Let's Google that shit one second. Three Ninjas.
It's 3 American kids who have a Japanese grandpa. for some
Oh,
reason.
Three Ninjas in. Oh yeah, the Three Ninjas in the mountain or some shit like that. Oh, that's whack.
Let me Google it.
Really? Sherab, you haven't watched this movie?
Hulk Hogan was one in one of those movies also, no?
In one of the more shittier ones, but like their names are like Rocky, Tum Tum, and Colt.
Yeah. like when you look at it as a kid, it's like, oh, so cool and cute. When you grow up and you watch
I
this,
remember the
it's
masks.
like, it's so cringy.
I've seen the masks, but I
Yeah,
don't remember
the
the
masks.
movie.
They have those really kabuki style masks.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah, their grandfather was Japanese for some bloody reason, but they were like full white.
what was it?
Yeah.
Grandfather thing, the Karate Kid.
Mr. Miyagi, isn't it?
Mr. Miyagi.
He looks like Mr. Miyagi. He is
Oh,
not
it's
Mr.
not?
Miyagi. He's being racist now. Shut up.
But that was the
Come on,
funny thing is his
we're
grandfather legit, they didn't explain anything whether they were adopted or not, was legit Japanese, full on, okay? And these three fully Caucasian kids apparently were trained in ninja arts somewhere along the way.
Welcome to SciPod, a movie review. Old movies only.
Yeah, we do a lot of movie reviews. Like last, I think in pod number 4 with Nola, we did TV show reviews when you were watching as a kid.
Okay.
Like Powerpuff
Didn't
Girls,
the
Socket and
Beverly
shit, yeah.
Hills ninja guy die of an OD?
Yeah, he died. He was.
He died in his hotel room with the prostitute. The prostitute didn't die, but he basically asked the prostitute not to leave him because he didn't want to
Die alone.
die
Dialogue.
alone. Yeah.
That's some sad ending.
Oh.
He was quite popular back in the 90s. He was like SNL cast member, no, with David Spade and all.
yes. I
And they
remember.
said he was like a standout member. But I think the Hollywood lifestyle overtook his shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Lunana.
You mean
So
LuAna?
LuAna.
I think so we have to change the name of the podcast. Just call it Tangent at this point.
No, of course. This pod is never going to be focused on one certain topic. It's not going to be on other.
Yeah, it's just going to
It's going to
go all over.
go in different multiverses. Streams of
Thought.
topics, whatever. But anyways, good Kinley going back on track. But what are you going to ask?
No. I was just with the whole you were saying acting lessons,
Mm-hmm.
So how long? What sort of acting lessons? Tell us a little bit more about it. That's what I'm more interested in, acting lessons.
Achupao's wife, Steph.
Curry?
No, Stephanie
Stephen
Lang.
Curry.
So she is a theater actor. Her dad is a huge theater. He directs basically in Taiwan, and so she taught us the basics of acting, and it was a crash course for about a month and a half, and we really enjoyed it because it wasn't more like lessons. We played games in between, made it interactive and fun. So it was a really nice way to learn acting and forget your self-consciousness, not being self-conscious and learning to just act. Forget the camera.
And theater actors aren't jokes. Theater actors are some of the most hardcore.
Yeah.
If you watch Broadway and all that sort of stuff, then it's shit. You don't get it's not like movies where you can retake something, no.
Mm-hmm.
Good
One
theater
thing
acting.
I noticed in the acting lessons was some of the things that you have to do is really embarrassing, but then when you embarrass yourself, you become more open to acting. So you don't care about being judged.
Yeah.
And you act better.
I think that's one of the biggest hurdles that even we've had. No, sorry, with Get a B. Sometimes getting people,
for sure.
getting ourselves to have to do these explosive, very silly things.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now it's slowly coming out. But I think I understand what you mean by that because I think a lot of the time we don't want to embarrass ourselves. That's why it sort of reminds us.
Like how Sangeet Chopra and Nimakhandu refused to kiss me, in that scene. So actually, in the teaser we have for the first episode, Get to Be, we have me, being drunk, and the punchline was pekna, and then they give me a kiss. No, they're supposed to kiss me on the lips, remember? But they said, they were too I don't know, they didn't want to do it. It was uncomfortable. So they said, okay, kiss me on the cheek. Say, okay, fine, no worries. You kiss. They couldn't even do that. They came literally here and they made that sound and then they left.
Well,
But yeah.
another thing
Comes
is
from go on, sorry. Go on, Sherab.
another thing is crew member and cast, you have to really be close with them. And Achupao and we had so much bonding time, so it was so easy on set. We were like all friends, and it was much easier acting like how the director wanted us to act, because since we knew everybody, it was much easier.
What was the
Yeah,
most
I
challenging
can.
part?
What?
What was the most challenging part of the whole
Challenging.
process?
Well, most of us youth, we have a problem with Songkran, no? So what Achupao wanted to do is not make this movie like Nyakchang Zongkha, but colloquial, like how we speak.
Yeah, relatable.
Yeah,
How we
like how
speak.
do we speak Zonka among us, the three of us? We mix English, Zonka mix. It's not like the
Yeah, yeah.
movies. So that's what Achupao didn't want. So he had a Zonka coach for me, Achu Mots, Coach Mots, and he was
What's
so
it?
good.
He was a
So
soccer coach.
no, basketball coach.
I know, Ashu, but I think I didn't know he was your Zonka coach.
No, but he speaks Zonka very well, and then he speaks colloquial Zonka very well. So he was my Zonka coach. So that language
Okay.
was one, and then the other thing that I realized was I was just 18 when filming started, and then I celebrated my 19th birthday mid shoot, and
Very legal.
anyway, mid shoot, I celebrated my 19th birthday, and what I learned was I was in the way of other people. Like when the director says something and I'm on set, and then they can't figure it out, so that bothers me. And then I'm like, this wasn't there, that this is what he means. And then I'm basically like not on the driver's seat, but I'm trying to take the wheel, sort of. So backseat driving. So I used to do that a lot, and I'm pretty sure it annoyed a few of the crew members. But for me, it was like a snap, like when the director or the cinematographer at the Jimmy said something, I was like, oh, okay, I understand it. But then I've learned now that you do you do your part, let others do their part. That way, there'll be a lot less things running around your head, and you can focus on your part of the job. So those were the main challenges for me.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean.
It comes from, I think Mapulera, these tendencies, like even during our own like shoots, like a lot of the times, a lot of us are like, I'll like, especially during the editing process, I'll stick my nose in like Jamyang and Norla's way. Because usually I'll be like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. But I realized that the last time we did editing, I realized that it was really necessary for me not to be there during the editing process a lot of the time, because they would have their own idea of how this shot could be edited in a different way. And then only it's better to like see what they've done and then be like, oh, okay, here is where the criticism can come out. But I think, yeah, like you said, a lot of the time people don't really like it when you're breathing down their necks and telling them, this is the exact way I want things to be done. And that's relinquishing a little bit of control, I think, is something that's very difficult to do when you're trying to, when you're trying to do artistic endeavors. I think that's something that's a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah, but I think like to play the devil's advocate, I think like for me, I like to be that in control. Like if I have something in my mind, if I'm going to write, produce, or direct, no, I want it to go that my way, no. And maybe I'll leave a little room for like improvisation, whether it be the edit or the shoot or the actor's performance. But generally speaking, I want it to go in one way, because like I said, like we know like too many cooks spoil the broth, no? When you come out with like, oh, that guy's vision, that guy's vision, that guy's vision. Because once I was in a production during uni, and then we had a production manager, we had a cinematographer, a director, and we had actor, and then each of them had their own, what they call perspective of how to perform the scene. So once it came out, it was like, oh my god, it was all over the place. So I felt like that's from a personal experience. I think one person should lead the line, no, and the rest should just support whatever that one guy says.
Yes. I think with your perspective is like from a director's perspective, focusing on what you want. I think for an actor, though I've only acted in one, I think that's the key. You have to be able to work with different types of people and relinquish control, like Kinley said. That way, you give the director what they want and not what you think they want.
Another thing is also line delivery, because once I worked in production, the director wanted, he was also the writer, so he wanted the actor to say word by word, no, the line. So that's very difficult when it comes to
Yeah.
actor, I feel, because then you focus more on what to say rather than how to convey that line, no, right? Rather than
I
if
think
you see,
a lot of the times, I think whenever like we do script writing, like I've always told this to you guys also, is I just want y'all to get the message across. Y'all don't have to say it verbatim. Of course, if there's a punchline, then the punchline has to be said exactly. But then other than that, y'all need to get the meaning across more than, this whole like line by
acting
line
word
delivery.
by word, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I feel that stifles the acting a little more, because then you're so focused and worried about getting the lines correct that you start neglecting the expressions, you start neglecting the blocking, because you're so worried about where the lines have to come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time it's better I think the script should just always be just a guideline and not this, rule book where you have to be like, this is the exact thing you have to say here.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Like I watched one like these videos you get on YouTube, no, where the actors perform the scene on the side, they show the script, no, and how it was written.
Yeah, but
And the
how
last
they
time I
are.
saw that video of thing, Will Smith,
King Richard?
King Richard.
King Richard,
So he was performing the scene, and then the script was on the right side. No, it was like not word by word. Some words actually the script sounded better, but in his performance, it required for him to improvise in the middle, no, but get that message across. So yeah, for like certain things like that is fine, no. But I think like how the pacing and the narrative should be pushed, no, should not change.
Yeah. We had the same thing in Lunana as well. Our dialogues, we had a script, and then it was in Zonka, but then we had our own dialogue books on what to say, and so it was different than the actual script. But we had written it down, and then we played with a few words. It gives us a sense of like we're also writing the story as it goes, not just reading off the book.
Yeah, I think allowing improvisation is so important if you're going to do like acting and stuff. Letting people just improvise certain things on the spot.
Yeah.
I think that really adds a certain something to a scene.
Yes.
And I think like again, if you're going to always go according to the way the thing is written, then sometimes it doesn't come out as well as you think it does. But then when you let people just add in certain bits of their personality into it, I think it really, for me personally, I've always felt that it makes the shot a little better than compared to how the scene is written out.
And sorry, viewers, for being so technical. Now back to PSY-POD.
No, that's the thing. It's like I think we need to change like how this podcast is described. It's like Forrest Gump describing chocolates. No, you never know what you're gonna get.
I
You never
want
know what you're gonna get.
chocolates. Okay.
PSY-POD is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Never know.
Oh yeah, but let's talk a little bit about the casting, because I love this story. Sherab's told me the story of how the casting happened with you and Galden. So if you could kindly, how you and Galden ended up becoming the hero, Keta and Kitty, hero and heroine.
Well, basically, I was contacted by Achuchoing because Achupao wanted singers who can act, and then he sent him a bunch of lists of people, and then he selected a few and then sent it to Achupao, and Achupao selected the two of us. I mean, not Gelden and I, but me and one more person. And then we did our auditions, and then they selected me. And then I had to go through 2 more auditions, and then I was selected through both. The final audition was with a bunch of people because we had an open casting call, and people from Bhutan came all the way. And yeah, it was hectic, but Achu Choing pushed me. I didn't even think about acting, but he pushed me, and then I guess they liked me. And then Achupao and I'm having a conversation over the email, I think. Oh, no, on Messenger. And then he's like, I'm looking for this girl, like red cheeks, freckles on her face, a bit mountain girl looking. I've been looking everywhere, even outside of Bhutan.
Ireland.
I haven't been able to find her, and I'm like, Achapal, you know, my girlfriend is quite similar, looks quite similar to how you're describing this character. And he's like, oh, really? I want to see her. And then I send him a picture of Keldon, and then he's like, oh, she's what I want in the movie, but can she act? So then Keldon also had to go through the auditions, open call, and then we didn't know until the last announcement that she was chosen as the female lead.
But I really liked her performance because I've met her obviously in person, no, and then how she acts in that film, no, is a completely another person, no, than how she in life. So I was like, oh my god, she really is good at acting. Because no matter she's not like the character, no.
Yeah, you know Rutland.
I mean,
Michael Rutland.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's been thinking that she, like Keldon, my girlfriend, and the movie Salton, they are completely different people. And recently I just said it to him and he's like, what? He was so shocked.
Wow. I mean, and Keldon's actually done a bit of work with us too. So we managed to snag her as well.
Yeah,
for like one or two one sketch.
Yeah.
And she did such a good job. And I find it so funny because she refused to let me put her name in the credits for that. Because she was like, she didn't want people to know it was her. But then I was like, I don't know. She said she didn't like. I don't know. I think she said something along the lines of she didn't really like the way she acted. But I really did love the small voiceover bit that she did for one of our sketches. And I regardless of her wants or not, I put her name in the credit for that.
Is it in the first episode?
She'll be stoked to find out.
It's not in the first episode. It's in the third episode. It's the you know the sketch, no? Sai?
I know the sketch, but I'm not sure how how it's laid out, no, on the episodes.
Yeah, it's in the third episode.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I'm touching my lips time and again. I've got cracked lips, and I'm just.
Now we all got cracked lips, man. I always do this when I get cracked lips. I did this now. You know this thing.
I just have a.
Open. All right.
Well, so Sherab, since you guys went to a lot of festivals, man,
Yes.
to promote I don't know, promote the film or just attend for the festival. So how many festivals and which one was your thing the one you think enjoyed the most?
Well, I went.
You went to TIFF, no?
Three. TIFF, no.
TIFF was yeah.
No, we
Busan.
went to Cairo, Busan, and London. So those were the three. Well, I'd say London was okay. The people are very rude. I mean, the city people. Busan was really fun. And Cairo was like a cultural experience, a new breath of fresh air, you know. And then I guess no one's had this reaction. When I saw the pyramids, I was like, damn.
How was it built here?
No, I thought they were bigger. And people were like, what? That's huge. I mean, yes, it's huge, but I watch a lot of sci-fi movies, you know, like Transformers and other things. And over there is like, my God, it's like huge. A robot is climbing on top of it and shit. And I was like,
Maybe we went to the small pyramids. You didn't go to the big ass ones there.
No, we went to the.
Maybe we went to like this is the okay.
You went and you saw the discount pyramids.
Yeah,
This
is what we show to the tourist, but the real pyramids, you can come here. So you can pay extra.
Going back to the question, Busan I enjoyed the most. Yeah.
So how does the film festival actually work there?
What?
Film festival, how does it work? Because I've never been to one. No, I've like university ones where I went to like just go and attend like one day they screen everything. But how does it work?
The
like
schedule, how it works, or how the film festival works? Because I've never hosted a.
Now, how did it work
festival.
for you guys? You guys went to attend your screening of your movie. You guys went on the carpet, or was like you went to watch other films. Like, how does that work?
So we have people pick us up at the airport, and then we either rent Airbnbs or hotels, or they give us a place if there's the budget, and then after that we get picked to and from the festival. And Busan's was like really special also. They had the red carpet laid out, and then personal pickups. and fancy cars, and yeah, it's a lot to take in. I wouldn't like it every time, but it was a good one-time
So you
experience.
guys are walking in the carpet, huh? With all the
Yeah.
flash photography and shit like that.
Yep.
Anybody interviewing you in the middle, like, hi, we're from E News Korea. 안녕하세요.
They didn't allow that. No.
Oh,
So
they
we
didn't
just
allow that.
walked straight through, and they.
You can't badger the actors. Yeah, come on.
I think they do that in the festivals. No, I've seen it in like E News and shit like that.
They do
Do
it
they?
in. Yeah.
They do it at the Oscars and the Academy
Oscars,
Awards and the
yeah.
Golden.
No, in film festivals also like TIFF. No, like I've seen it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I just saw it from the outside looking in. I don't know. I'll take Sherab's word for it. They didn't do it. So, anyways, okay, you go. You go to the carpet.
Busan,
then what
they
happens?
didn't. We just walked. We waved. We walked through the red carpet, and then we
Okay.
are put up in a waiting area, and then they announce each movie one by one, and we have to wait at a red line on the floor.
Okay.
And they're like Lunana, and there people are like wow, and then we walk. And
Okay.
that's it.
And do you didn't screen the movie or
No,
screening?
to walk to our places before the festival announcements of the winners.
Okay.
They just
Okay.
announce each movie, and we just walk.
I thought you guys actually go and you attend the screening for your movies or some shit like that. No, me.
Oh yeah, we do that, but that's a separate event.
Oh, that's another event. Okay.
Yeah. So our movies, when it first shows in the festival, it's in a theater. They book a whole complex, and then each movie is having their own screenings in different cinema halls.
Different times.
Yeah.
So like, how do people like sign up? Like, okay, let's say Lunana is screening at this time. Like, there must be certain capacity limit. So how do people like sign up to like view the movie?
Yeah, they can do it through the festival site for tickets, or they buy the ticket at the cinema complex.
Okay. So in your screening time, you had like people watching, and then after the movie ends, I've heard this thing people do. No, they give like a standing ovation for like 10 minutes or shit like that.
Yeah,
They do that. They do
So
that thing.
they do give us standing ovations, but not for like 10 minutes. Like if they really like the movie, they just stand up and clap. And...
Thanks for
Then
standing
we have
and clapping. It's straight.
What?
So how long was your standing ovation for? Like 1
I
minute?
don't know. I didn't count, man.
I've heard it. No, like this movie was legendary. It got 10 minutes standing ovation. Like somebody was
God,
clapping.
I am so scared.
10 fucking minutes. No.
I can imagine Sai, like eventually in the future, Sai sends a movie to the film festival and then he's like counting the standing ovation, like how many minutes. And
then it's
if it
like,
doesn't reach a certain minute,
9
he like
minutes,
stands
50
up.
seconds.
He's like,
Shit.
"You're clapping longer."
But standing ovation is, like already something to be like, that's a very good gesture. They think they like the movie. But like, imagine a 1 minute, imagine 10 minutes. And it's like, damn, they really love this.
Oh, another thing with foreign films is what I only sat in about 2 or 3 of the screenings because it's weird seeing yourself on screen. So the jokes, since there is the subtitle underneath,
Yeah.
people laugh
Yeah.
at the wrong
time.
wrong
Wrong
jokes. Like when we expect the laughter, it's not there, but something unexpected, and they're like, ha ha ha, they find that funny. I guess it's because of the subtitles, because you can read the punchline before it happens.
Yeah.
No, that's why I don't like watching movies with subtitles, on Netflix. I always turn it off. It ruins the
You put the
punchline.
dub on mode.
What?
You put
Yeah.
the dub on mode.
No.
Like, how about if they're not speaking English there?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Japanese movies and all, yes. I mean, English.
Yeah, okay, me also, yeah, it distracts. It's very distracting, yeah.
Yeah. So it
Yeah, I
takes
don't
away
use
the
subtitles either.
But I had a friend.
Sorry, you didn't get it.
Ah, shit. Okay, I got it. Oh, midway through my where I was talking, I got it.
Okay.
But I had a friend also in like when I was in college. I said, "Why are you using subtitles?" Like same thing, like you don't get fully you focus on that. And I was like, these bloody Scottish people in Game of Thrones. I cannot understand that accent at all.
Yeah.
No, the thing with subtitles is
Emmy bastard,
the thing with subtitles is also that like so many jokes can, especially foreign language films or foreign language shows, when you subtitle them, something is lost in translation, no? Because something that would sound very funny in Zongkao, when translated to English, wouldn't sound funny at all. Because, and I think that's where subtitles give weakness is, especially like if you're trying to and I think that happens a lot with anime also.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I've heard people say like, oh, the way they subtitled this was wrong because in Japanese it actually is something very funny, but then
Yes,
the
yes.
subtitling,
But
it
that
was
thing,
lost.
no, it's not like subtitles are not translations, no, they're interpretations, no, of that, whatever they were saying. So you really have to know the context.
The cultural context is lost, man.
I guess that's why like foreign comedy shows are not very popular because of subtitling and the
Yeah.
punchlines are just lost. That's why
maybe, yeah, maybe.
American comedy shows like they are doing well everywhere. But say for example, Getabi, you guys stuck with English and that's good. Like people,
But no, it's Zonglish.
Zonglish,
no.
yeah, but
It's Zonglish, but then it's like when we are subtitling that episode, it's really difficult because we are always trying to like Sai said, you are just supposed to interpret what the meaning is, no, not word by word translation. So all the time, Zonka punchlines, you'll be like, oh crap, how would you say this in English, make it funny?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like so difficult to do because again, that cultural context is lost in when you turn it to English, no, because language itself is different.
Speaking of English, so Sherab, your experience in London, you think the people are rude. So what do you mean, like when you were going for shopping and shit like that?
Basically, people they know that it's their life and we don't really affect it. So there's no reason to put on a fake smile, like, be hospitable for like 5 seconds. They just go about their own life. And they're rude in the sense, for them it's not very rude. But from like how we are, like if somebody just smiles at you, you're like, you smile back, and then you even have small conversation. But no, over there it's not. And then I had this experience at a bar. I was just clicking photos, and then the bartender suddenly just closes the counter, the money counter, bang, and then she's like shouting, screaming something at me, like "Don't record," I think she was saying. And then the guy beside me goes like,
It's just
how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe that's the cultural thing. Yeah.
It's a very cultural thing again. Like over here, I always tell people like we don't have any qualms about like taking picture of other people's children or making videos of children in the streets. No, do that anywhere else in the world.
Children.
Why are you going around and taking pictures of children, Kinley? Why?
You know what I mean.
Because you can't see children in real life. You have to take these pictures and go home and then look at them in a dark corner. Huh, Kinley? Is that the thing? Huh, Kinley?
I love children.
Okay, it made it sound much worse.
They're really good when you pick
FBI, open up.
Anyway.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, said the pedal.
Yeah. No, but then, but what I mean is like, and I've stopped like nowadays what I do is if I take pictures, like, and if there are children in my pictures, what I do is I take an app and then I blur out the child's face, no? That's on purpose because nowadays it's become so risky and else it's something that's very new in Bhutan, but elsewhere in the world, if you like, while you're taking pictures, if there are children around, people will charge you, huh? Like there have been cases. People have just, because obviously, which is, I think it's their right because you never know who is on the internet and you never know who is like, creepily watching, looking at pictures of your children.
Yeah.
So I think that cultural thing is there again. No?
Yes.
Like, I think it's the same with what Sherab was saying in the bar. She probably thought you were like, recce reconnaissance. Like, I'm going to come rob this place later. So let me just get a layout of the place.
Yeah.
Maybe the trust issue that maybe they're like, we've seen too many of you fuckers around. I don't trust any of you. Trying to take videos.
And even more like suspicious thing for her might have been that I was in full go, a man in a skirt recording her. So
or she probably thought you were Scottish.
Walks into a bar and starts recording. What do you do? Hide your cash. Cash register.
Yeah. That makes sense now.
No. And I think it's something that this is why now I think, like I said, if I take pictures of anything and there are children in the picture, then I have to like blur out the child's face. It's going to ruin the picture, but I'm like, I don't want to risk having a child's picture on my...
Yeah. Can you hear my dog?
You never know.
No.
A little bit, but my dogs also are barking in the background. I can't hear.
Okay, it's alright then. He can bark.
Or like
Yeah,
I can
but
hear the dog.
I think there are rules for that now, because not rules for now. The rules didn't come now, but it was in place. In public spaces, you're allowed to film whoever and whatever is in the public space, and then as soon as you get inside a cafe in that public space, the cafe is considered private. So then you need consent forms, or you shoot in angles where other people are not.
How
Visible,
about
yeah.
the live streamers? The Twitch now they do know they go to like cafe and then they start streaming and shit like that.
Streaming, I think it has a different,
On top of that, I think they probably do get permission beforehand, no?
Mashime, like streamers are very
streamers,
like
I don't
ad
think
hoc.
they get permission. But then the thing with stream is it's supposed to be temporary, so maybe. Yeah, there are loopholes.
Flip it.
That's like one of the scariest things about social media now is that anyone can for example, what's to stop, like, let's say if if Sherab, for example, goes live in Instagram and he's like, oh, I'm here at this cafe, what's to stop a crazy stalker to like look at his live video and be like, oh, that's just like 5 minutes away from me, maybe I should just drop in and say hi and then try his skin or something like that.
Yeah, okay,
no,
but
I'm
luckily
just-
not luckily actually. At least we don't know, as far as we know, people like that in Bhutan, but in Bhutan, maybe in Chile,
No,
a bit
don't
more.
you remember, I think it was during Jichen's episode where she had said that she was live once and then she got a DM saying, oh, you live near where I live.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay then. It's more dangerous for females there.
Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous for both people, but then I think for females it's more risky.
If a girl drops a DM and says, "Oh, you know where you live," you'll be like, "Oh, okay." But if it's a girl receiving a text from a dude saying, "I know where you live," yeah, there's another context to
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's dangerous on both levels, but
Yes.
for the women, it's a higher percentage of risk.
Yeah. Agree.
Happy women today.
Happy women.
Speaking of which, Sherab, where's Calden?
Sit down here. What's your... Ah, damn it! I'm getting this joke so late, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Anyways.
It's okay.
But you're married to Kelden. What? That's something I found out only yesterday. Eh?
What?
You two guys are married.
Who told you?
Kile told me you're married.
What?
Aren't you guys married?
No?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have been living with this. I have been this whole time. I've been thinking you guys were married.
No, maybe.
I was telling Kile, I don't think they're married. No, they're married. It's so convincing. I was like, what? Okay, I didn't know that.
Maybe we're.
I thought you guys were married.
Yeah, maybe we work well. That's why you thought we were married. But no.
Yeah, probably that too. No, because but for the longest time that I've known you two, like I've known Sherab, like I knew Kelden way before I knew
Yes.
Sherab,
Yeah.
and I've Sherab since like the day he's been dating Kelden. So at this point, I just like my head canon has now said that you guys are married.
Okay. We're not married yet.
Yeah, good for putting that pressure on Sherab now.
Yes. Okay, yeah, moving on, yeah.
Okay.
The unmarried yak in the classroom. All right.
Yeah.
Now, any plans for acting again? Any other projects lined up other than like I watched your and the M Studio that interview. You're seeing some musical productions, but in acting wise, yeah, you and Kelvin both did it.
Acting wise, working on a few things, but fingers crossed if it goes well. But other than that, nothing else. And I guess I'll live it as it goes.
Live it.
As it goes.
I just thought you should have just ended it at I guess I'll just live.
Yeah.
Just stopped it.
Hello.
Okay then. So music projects is one of them more.
Yeah,
Is it just like you solo or with
Solo.
Naka gang? Naka gang.
Solo. I have a lot of songs in my repository, and then the thing is, I
Have you
can't
recorded
come
them
up
or
with
is it like on process?
processing. Still.
Then you're gonna do the whole music video and shenanigans and all that, and
Yeah.
I don't know why Bhutanese call music videos MTV. Se.
Yeah, sir. That's so irritating. But it's okay. It's people's personal preferences, not that.
Chick MTV the now jigs. I'm like, what does that stand for? Just tell me, what does that stand for?
Music television.
Music
It's
television.
not television. It's just MV. Music
No,
video. You just say
Isn't it?
MV.
Then there's for anime, there's AMV, no? Animated.
Anime music video
AMV or animated.
or AV, adult video.
AV. Oh,
Yeah, AVN, the Adult Video Network.
Yeah, AV is adult video.
mm.
I like how Japanese
don't they-
call social media SNS.
SNS. Saturday night.
Yeah.
What?
No,
SNS?
social network. Yeah, social networking site.
Oh, okay.
They'll be like, social SNS de.
Oh, okay. Mm.
They use
I only know SNM.
S&M.
SNM. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing, like always.
Yes.
Sadism and masochism more.
That's BDSM, bondage, sadomasochism.
SNM stands for
I forgot. Yeah, it has something to do with sadomasochism only.
All right, moving on.
Yes. So, Calvin, shut up.
Wow.
Can you go out?
Now, are you into SNM?
Huh?
Are you into SNM? I completely forgot the question I was going to ask him.
Are you
That's
what?
I-
No, what did you-
Into S&M.
Okay, let's talk about current affairs, man. Lockdown. We got 50 cases every fucking day in Thimphu. When will it open? I think it's going to be around end of this month, March, because they're gonna vaccinate all the kids, and exams are going to end up. So what I fear is when it opens up, we're going to live with the community, something which we said we will, but we never thought will actually happen. So now that's that. When do you think lockdown's going to open, guys?
Yeah, I was just talking with Kinley before we started the SciPod. I was like, even if it opens up, I'm gonna be at home because 50 cases every day, almost every day, and you know that you're gonna get it if you go out. But then,
Yeah.
the funny thing is, when the previous lockdown lifted, I did go out with my friends, not like in a huge group, but then we did go out, and then. All of us are fine because we wore masks. We always had sanitizers, and I'm wondering, like, how is it spreading so much even during the lockdown? Like, that means
You guys,
obviously people are not.
I'll tell you why. Because when just a few weeks ago, when the lockdown lifted, no, I went to a restaurant to get some food, and the thing is, I don't sit in the restaurant if there are a lot of people. If there's like no one in the restaurant, then I'll sit and I'll eat my food. Usually, if there are a lot of people, I'd take away. Just go order your food, grab it, bring it home, eat at home, right? The amount of people that are like, it's almost like as soon as lockdown lifted, everyone just forgot that social distancing exists. Like everyone is just like jam-packed together, like a can of sardines. Like I went to the bakery and I was standing in line. I had to buy a cake for my cousin, and I was just standing in. I was keeping a good distance, okay. And I don't know, people thought that I wasn't in line, and I was trying to keep a distance. People just walking in front of me and going, and I was like, "I'm keeping distance. This is the line."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh no!" Like everyone's like just crowding around the counters. Everyone's like. And even when I was going shopping, I was tempted to like beat people because they're like, how people, they just like stick to you when you're shopping.
I know.
I'm like a little distance away and then they just come closer and closer. I feel like you just have to carry like a meter-long stick and just be like back.
Yeah. The same thing happened to me in RSTA. You have to wait to pay. But I had already paid through the MRSTA app. All I was doing is getting the actual stamp on my blue book. So I was also in line in RSTA, and they have those red boxes, and then Desup had just gone by, and then two men come walking in, and then I'm like,
Were they pickling?
like no, they were not pickling. I was there, and then you get this tense moment, like, do they know that we have to social distance? Because he's like walking so close to me, and I'm like, I'm tensed up. I'm I have this urge to close the distance, close the space between me and the other guy in front. But then, luckily, the day soups came and then escorted him to the seats. And I was like, phew. But yeah, Bhutanese do that a lot, in lines. Not only when COVID was not there, even when we didn't have COVID, people just cut lines,
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the line cutting.
Yeah, if you only knew the amount of pelvises I have felt grind up against my backside.
Do you know what we need?
What?
We need more Karens. We need more Karens in Bhutan who says like, hey, I'm gonna speak to your manager. I want you to not do this because it's not right. Because we're too lenient. No, we're like, if this goes on, it's like,
we let it slide.
we can do that. Let it slide. That's why I feel like, even like with the first day after lockdown, I went to eat in the restaurant.
We need reasonable Karens. I don't think we need Karens. We need reasonable Karens, because I think the Karens you see online, some of them are the most unreasonable ones. We need Karens who are
the ones who get viral. No, but I feel like there's some medium Karens out there. We need some medium Karen.
No, because there are sometimes you will agree with the Karen because you'll be like, oh, what they're saying is correct. It's just that they're really loud and annoying about it.
And we need some Indian police also, I feel, who beat people who come out of lockdown. Beat the shit out of them, go inside. Because that's what's happening now. We're too lenient.
But they accept bribes. I'm just kidding. Cut that out.
I mean,
Well, you're not going to be acting in any Bollywood movies.
Bollywood movies, no more.
Well, it's Bollywood movies that taught us that.
The White Tiger Part 2 is out of the question now for you. Shut up.
What's White Tiger 2?
Oh yeah, by the way,
White Tiger, what? Oh, you should watch White Tiger. It's pretty good. Netflix.
Right. Okay.
I was gonna ask, Sherab, did you apply for that Disney movie?
Which one?
That Mount Everest one.
The Mount Everest one, and they're looking for I think the casting is now the casting is now done, but I was wondering if you had applied for it because they're looking for mountain-looking people.
Sherpa-looking person, and we have a Sherab who's a Sherpa who looks like a Sherpa.
No, I haven't.
But
I think that's a nice opportunity, even if it's a small role. I think to say you acted in a Disney film.
Yeah.
I think the Nepali people or the Tibetan people will get pissed off if Bhutanese person gets cast.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
No, but then their main requirement is that you have to be able to speak Nepali and you have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now with all this cancel culture, they'll be like, how dare you cast somebody who's not, how dare you?
Yeah.
No, but would I rather watch a movie where the actor who is playing, let's say, a person who is blind, and the actor is really good and he's doing a good job, or would I rather watch a blind person who can't act to save their life?
You'd ask the real question you'd ask is who's making this movie? Who's making this movie? Disney.
Why?
And Disney will not take the shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, have you watched that movie, Ray?
Ray?
Ray, it's Jamie Foxx. He acts as
Jamie
Ray.
Foxx as Ray Charles.
Stevie Wonder.
And no, Ray Charles.
Oh, sorry.
Wrong blind guy. Wrong black blind.
Sorry, sir.
Wrong blind
black guy.
black. No, but then Jamie Foxx did an amazing job. When you watch the way he speaks and the way he acts, and I'm saying my argument has always been that if the actor is good, and then think, if it's a blind. There's a really good adaptation.
Scarlett Johansson as that girl in Ghost in the Shell.
No, now that is a different thing. You see, that was a Japanese movie.
No one's gonna be like, "Oh, we hate Scarlett Johansson. Ooh, we don't want her in that very skin-tight costume."
No, this is the situation. I think the situation is that if there is a Japanese person who does really good acting and they would have been better in the role, but then you whitewash the role, then it's wrong, right? But my thing is that if there was no one who could do it and then you put in someone else who can do it,
I think it has to have some logic behind it. No, but then remember back in 1940s, there was this movie. It was about Genghis Khan, and it was John Wayne, very classic Hollywood actor. He was playing Genghis Khan. And he had like, hey, we're gonna go down and take them all down. It was literally a white guy with brown skin and a fake mustache.
That was Genghis Wayne.
Genghis Wayne. But anyways, yeah.
No,
Like I think even like when remember the 7 years in Tibet,
Yeah.
Machigi, it was a Bhutanese caste as thing, no, Dalai Lama. And apparently, I'm not sure, not confirmed, but then apparently the Tibetans were pissed about that, no.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
yeah.
But I don't know, but that's just what I heard. But I think they would be pissed when they cast the Bhutanese as their, to cast one of the most prominent people in Tibet.
Yeah. Tibet? Nepal?
Dalai Lama there, he was Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
7 years
I
in
thought you were
Tibet.
talking about Tenzin Norgay Sherpa.
No, I think, of course, film studios and all, they should put in efforts to like try to find the best person to play, those roles. Right?
I think
If
they
you
do.
want a Tibetan person, they should look for a Tibetan person.
Yeah.
But but a lot of the time they don't want to do that because then it becomes too specific a search. No, then it's better to broaden the net.
Yeah.
So, like,
know,
if you're ready to act like that, Jorge, you would definitely ask all the Himalayan countries where all of us look similar. We all speak most of us can speak similar languages. So the wider the net you cast, the more possibility you'll have of it.
Yes.
In there was one Indian series, I forgot what it was. It was a new series. There's this Indian serials. They had one show
Sorry, I have
about
to stretch my...
stretch away. There's this Indian serial Sapchi where there's a girl who's the story is about a northeast girl who comes from northeast and moves to main part of India like Mumbai, and then it's about her life. But they cast one very like not northeast looking Indian to play that northeast Indian. They were like, "How dare you cast this girl?" And her name is Bhutia or something like that. And it's like this some bullshit. In India also, they're now doing the cancel culture kind of thing. And I think in India, Fair and Lovely is like now bankrupt because they're saying like Fair and Lovely.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know about that development.
Yeah, so there are interesting things happening. And then even in Doctor Strange, they had to recast that what
Tilda
was
Swinton.
huh? Yeah,
Tilda Swinton, the ancient one.
The ancient one. The ancient one in the comics is Tibetan. Remember what they? But then since the China market, they're like, fuck that, we're not gonna make him Tibetan. So they cast her as a bald woman.
Oh, okay.
English woman, yeah, bald English woman. You gotta yeah, what to do now?
It's
What
the
to
world.
do. But if that's the case, I think in a couple of years we might see Black Batman, Black Superman for sure, Black James Bond.
Yes.
No.
I mean, there is like
They are
Idris
pushing
Elba
for
is,
it.
Idris Elba is slated to play.
I think that'll be a good
James
take
Bond.
on it. No, good take on it.
Yeah, Idris
Even though,
Elba,
even though all the
my
cultural
God,
thing, I think it's gonna be a good take on it.
he's a manly
Speaking
man.
of which, yeah. Speaking of which, I need the new Batman movie, Lumina.
Oh, yes,
Sorry,
yes,
can you-
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, so they're saying like people are reviewing the movie saying it's very good, but it's very woke movie because all the bad guys in this movie is the white privileged people, and all the people who are morally good are like the black people. Like Commissioner Gordon is black now, Catwoman is black now, and they're all like morally good. No, so they think it's too woke for like nowadays.
Ah, okay.
But then, can you even blame film studios anymore now? Because it's so difficult. They have to cater to so many people. So half the time nowadays, I'm noticing like I think not nowadays, but in the next few years, movies are just going to be like a series of checklists. Is it entertaining? Yes. Is it woke? Yes. Does it does it highlight certain agendas like political, like the feminist agenda? Does it highlight the LGBTQ agenda? Movies are just going to be a checklist eventually. Tame. Even books are going.
You got to focus on what market you're going to sell it to them, and if it's like you're going to piss off this many people, but there's only this many people, or you'll please this many more people, then they'll be like, okay, fuck it, we'll cast Black Batman. Idris Elba is Bruce Wayne now.
Yeah. Like I think in this modern situation, you're gonna piss off somebody, and then
You'll always piss off somebody.
yeah. So
Always.
and then we're learning so much about the human race, like our LGBT and the diversity. All these issues they come up and they're being heard, and it's a good thing. But it's also affecting the way the media is evolving. So I think I guess when you make a movie, you pick who you want to piss off.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, one of
Commissioner
the-
Gordon, like for me, I've watched Batman, a lot of Batman, and picturing a white Commissioner Gordon is a bit difficult. Though I would love to see it, because I've never read the comics. We've never had comics in Bhutan, have we? Batman, Marvels, my God.
Actually,
we
I
never had
remember
this.
like certain amount of comics you used to get, but very
Yeah, yeah.
delayed. I used to
Yeah,
get it from
like
DSB.
we never had the comic book, comic store culture
store,
here.
comic book store, yeah.
Yeah, we never had that culture, and everything we saw was or Western media or Indian media. So yeah,
Hey, we had Tinkle, huh? Don't talk about like as if comic culture, they say Tinkle comic they were.
I used to collect the shit out of those. I have like 3 years worth of every issue.
all I remember is Hum
Yeah.
Jayega, and that's it, man. Comics.
Hum Jayega is
That
not a
was not
comic
a
character,
comic,
na.
Tiger was a joke.
Hum
No,
Jayega is a joke character.
There's this
Supandi is a
long
character.
jaw character.
Supande.
Supandi.
Sorry, Supandi. I'm so sorry. Not only that, and the Archie. I remember Archie comics. that's
Archie,
it.
yeah.
Ah,
I loved Archie.
Yeah, we never had comic book culture. We never had car culture.
reading culture.
Car culture, man. Like, it's such a beautiful thing, cars. But
I think you
we
have
never
to, it
had
depends
car
on
culture.
economical stance to be a car culture
Yeah,
person.
because we have like huge taxes on cars, man. It's okay. It's another word.
It's a flex. That's why it's a flex, no? To buy like I paid 200% tax for this car. Ooh,
Exactly.
yes.
I'm
You
drowning. I'm drowning in debt, but who cares? I look good.
That's the flex. The biggest flex you can do in Bhutan is owning a Land Cruiser.
Yeah. I paid the government this much tax. It'll help the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
And then when I,
to the Land Cruiser drivers.
yeah,
We lost a lot of, now a lot of listeners, like some Land Cruiser drivers, like, how dare they say this? Close window. Right now.
no, but like going back to what we were talking about regarding that, like, yeah, like when you're making anything, you can't please everyone, right? Like it's going to be very difficult when you try to please so many people. Like one of the simplest examples, Sai, when Samu released Nachigafi Office sketch, no Girabeegi.
Yeah.
The Office Ki sketch. Do you remember there was that one comment where that woman was like, she did not like how the girls were portrayed?
Yeah. All girls are portrayed as receptionists.
Not just receptionists, but being very mean. They're being mean and they're being rude and all that sort of language. You know, like why are they portraying the girls?
I didn't read that comment. I only read about them being just receptionists, portrayed as receptionists and
No, but
secretaries.
it was something like she was also trying to say like why are the women being portrayed as bad, like uncaring, unfeeling. But at the same time, I was saying she clearly did not seem to have a problem with the fact that we portrayed one man as lecherous and flirty.
Yeah, we forgot about that. So just focusing on all of that, that feminist focus.
Yeah,
that
like,
happens a lot, yeah,
it's-
because men get ignored. But then it's not like attention is required. Attention, like it's like triage. The one who's hurting the most needs the attention first. So,
Yes.
like the BLM, Black Lives Matter, I feel like that needs the most attention because they've been going through it for hundreds and hundreds of years. It really needs attention, and then after that, it's like triage. Like the people are suffering, yes, but we have to work together to fix one problem, then move on to the other, then the other, then the other, then that way, I think we can achieve the perfect world. Okay.
But then the
enough
sad
said.
part is
Bye-bye.
much like
I'm cancelled now.
No, but then sadly, though I agree with what you say, the sad thing is much like an actual triage, people are jumping the line.
Yeah.
I need to Google what triage is, by the way. I'm
My
not
God,
really acquainted.
Sai, you're like a
See, emergency room.
degree student. You don't know triage.
I don't know what triage is, man. I'm not a.
Emergency
Don't
room,
Google.
that
It's
reception.
like,
It's an emergency.
when you have an emergency, the triage, there'll be a set of doctors, nurses, and then they assess your wound, and then they put people up who need the most immediate medical attention first, and then those who are dead,
Oh.
they
So
label them
like,
dead, so that
if you
doctors
go to our
don't work on
hospital,
dead people.
Okay, learning every day. New words.
if you go to our emergency room in the hospital, emergency specifically, if you go to emergency, you'll see triage written right there on the table.
Yeah, on the tent.
Oh,
Yeah,
how do you spell it?
TRIAGE.
TRIAE.
TRIAE?
AGE. His thing
AG.
cut off.
Triage. Oh, okay. Now if I see the sign, I'll be like, oh, now I know what that means. I never really noticed there was a word called triage. Okay, learning every day on the pod. Last week I learned what podiatry. No, last pod I was like, learn what podiatry is.
I thought it was children, doctor.
Isn't it?
Apparently, that's no. It's pediatry is children doctor. Podiatry is foot doctor.
Oh, okay.
And I still don't know what zeitgeist means like properly. I still Googled it, but I forget every now and then. But basically
means
saying
the
like it starts a movement, or some shit like that.
Anything with a geist in it, I just avoid. Except for poltergeist.
Zeitgeist normally means the current situation in terms of culture, what is currently happening. So zeitgeist. Pato.
Oh, okay.
It's like saying what is the cultural, the
Recent
traditional,
culture.
technical, everything within a certain specific time. That would be that zeitgeist.
So speaking on that zeitgeist kind of thing, like recently because of this Russian invasion in Ukraine, or like my mom was like, over dinner, I was like, mommy, like I heard like this, I read this about Russia and why they're doing it because of this NATO and blah blah blah. And she's like, when did you become an expert on war? And I was like, that thing, no, Tony Stark meme, last night. Because literally one night, I literally researched the shit out of this. I was like, oh my god, it's so interesting, It's like for the neutrals, it's like such a debacle that's happened over there,
You know what is very interesting? One thing that I don't see anyone talking. One thing that I see media so nicely like avoiding also right now.
Is what?
Right now, Ukrainian refugees need help, no?
Yeah.
So many countries are like opening their borders, no? But when Syria was going through shit,
No, that's the thing with media has been giving us that is people are saying like, how dare we give attention to Ukraine, white European people getting invaded when this shit has been happening in the Middle East for years and years.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like
But
no, what I'm trying to say is
you're gonna offend someone.
Yeah,
in
that's
news
obvious.
coverage.
Of course, I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
I will
just
not
saying-
let you push this narrative, Mr. McAdams. Okay, you leave your topic out of here. Okay.
The
dare
same
you?
thing with Russia invading as well. It's like they are invading. U.S. is liberation. So there are different point of views.
Language is a powerful
I
thing.
was reading like the other side of the story of why like Russia actually did this. No, it was like
I gotta use the bathroom.
I mean,
a lot of things.
while Kinley is away, America nuked Japan, and then yes, they have done reparations, but
Not nuke, it was atom bomb.
I mean, like, I think 62,000 people killed in Nagasaki. I play a lot of war games, something like that. I'm not even close to the ballpark. I don't think I am, but 60,000 people perished with one atom bomb in Nagasaki. They did those things, and I'm not for Russia. I'm not for USA. Oh, nice flush.
Yeah, we can hear it very loud and clear from right here. You can
like
get his nice bowel movements.
Yeah, I guess everyone's evil is just the question of picking the lesser evil.
But at least I've read a little bit on both sides. Russia, it makes sense for them to invade, but then it's still like a dick move from them because they're starting a war with the country and they're going to kill a lot of casualties. So that's the biggest thing which people are aligning with is why they have to start a war. But I think their hand was pushed because there were a lot of countries which were threatening them in a military kind of context by starting these NATO countries.
Yeah.
But that's just me, somebody who learned all this shit last night. So don't take my word for it, listeners. Okay.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people also like commenting on people following the war. They're like, well, since when are you an expert on this? Or whenever something happens, like when a celebrity dies, they're like, I didn't know you were a fan of this guy. Like, why do you have to comment on somebody following something? Let them, like like Sai has just learned about Ukraine last night. Let him. Well, why comment about it? It's
Well, I always think that I personally don't know too much about what's happening, like why there is this war between Ukraine and Russia. I don't understand it too much. But at the same time, I think it's not as black and white all the time.
Yeah,
It
of course,
isn't.
for sure, that's something.
100%.
There are so many things that I think we are not privy to.
Yeah.
And especially now with media, I think one of the scariest things that has become with media is that
You can push
every
the
media has also become very agenda driven.
It's very powerful.
Depending on which media house you're watching, you're getting different news. No? So again, it's so like you'd think that with social media and everything, answers would be clearer. But if anything, we have been so bombarded with information that
Yeah.
it's
people
like
who
there are
study
so
like
many subtle nuances to it.
the people who study political science, I've friends who study. They've kind of like they consider like these things. No, they study about these things. They call it soft power, no, like this or K-pop or like anime. So like these have a lot of influence, no, in the media, which we don't consider that, but it really makes your person like change your perspective or judgment on somebody. No, like how we look at Japan. When you think about Japan, you think, oh, cute, anime, ramen and shit. But then, they also have committed a lot of war atrocities back in,
Yes.
like the, let's say, 17th century, 18th century. They have
I
literally
mean,
fucked Korea up the asshole. But we don't think about that now. We only think about, oh,
I mean,
anime,
Yeah.
kawaii.
Oh yeah. Another thing, when I
The-
was in Busan, the people were like, we don't really talk about Japanese people here.
Yeah, I lived in Japan. Like they don't like each other. Like you can buy an iPhone for much cheaper than a Samsung and Note phone, which is like basically the same thing. So they
Okay,
push that. They don't want you to buy the Korean products
Yes,
and stuff
yes.
like that.
But Korea is like, I guess, patriotic. They buy their own cars, cars built in Korea, and they support. I guess it's like India, how India doesn't tax their own cars and so.
Of course, it's
Not
one
to be
Bhutanese guy
political, we're
making
just having a
cars. Yeah,
conversation.
yeah,
Three
absolutely.
friends having a conversation, not being political.
Of course, I think it's we're not being political, but we're talking about what's happening in the world, and there just happens to be a little bit politics into it. It's not like we're saying, "Hello, I endorse Mr. Biden for sanctioning Swift Bank." Yes,
and
You should
somebody
just
is
cut
going
his
to
part,
take,
him saying
and somebody
and
now somebody's
put
going
it
to
on the internet.
out of context, yeah, and then put it on the somebody's just going to take that one part out
Yeah.
of context.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about. Like media does that so much, a lot of media does that. Literally take they will listen to an entire 60-minute discussion and then they will like nitpick one thing
Cut it.
and then put that out of context. And then that will rile up people.
oh, like how they're doing it to Joe Rogan. They're trying to take him out now.
Joe Rogan.
Oh my god, I found it damn like. Yeah, I found it a little funny, also a little sad, like how they took out all the N words he said in his whole life and then made it into a nice compilation. No? Like, he kept saying it.
But guys, like on the N-word topic, when we were kids, when we didn't have a lot of internet, which we didn't until recently, right? Like the N-word was cool for us, no? Like
Yeah.
that's what Western
Yeah.
media taught us. If you want to be a cool guy, if you want to be
Yeah.
a part of a good gang, I'm not gang, I mean a good
Group of
people.
young individuals.
Yeah, cool. That's the word to use, And then only recently,
yeah.
when internet was available in Bhutan, and then it became affordable to common people like us, then we started to realize, oh, shit,
Oh, we
this is like
can say this shit.
deeper
There is
than what.
there is a racial context to
Yeah,
it.
and then-
There is a historical racial context to
Yeah,
it.
and then
Like even if it's like acceptable a little bit, no,
Yeah.
like that's not some kind of worms you want to open up, no,
yeah,
unnecessarily.
exactly. But then that's the thing, like the media we received, nowhere were we taught, like this is something wrong. It's just out there, and I'm just wondering the millions of people in Southeast Asia, in Asia, saying the N-word because they think it's cool, but they don't realize how deep it actually is. So media has so many shortcomings, man. Not to be political, we're just having a conversation here.
Imagine we reclaim the word chink. No, I say, hey, what's up, my chinky?
No, I think that is the thing. Like many people keep having this argument that why does a black person get to use the N-word on a black person, but why can't we say it? And I always tell people that a lot of the time when somebody calls, if Machiragi group now, when somebody calls us chink, we don't mind it.
Yeah,
no?
exactly.
But then if suddenly some foreigner tells it to us, then we get pissed off because there is a racial thing that is happening there. I think what a lot of people don't know is that the N-word was used to, basically degrade, and it was used as a very
derogatory term.
towards black people.
Yes.
And the fact that the reason they use it on each other is now it's like saying that we are taking this word and we are turning it on its head, by
Yes,
making it
exactly.
something that's about us. But still, that does not mean that anyone who is not within that racial group can say it. And
Yes.
I think that's one of, and I don't believe in censorship, of course. And I've always told people that I'm not going to stop you from using the N word, but I think you should learn the historical and cultural context of that word. And after knowing that, if you still want to use it, then by all means use it. But you're like, eventually somebody's going to like beat the shit out of you for it.
Yes.
But at least as long as you're living in Bhutan, I don't think you're going to come across a lot of black people.
Yeah,
But
No.
so good for you. Use it while you're here, but not when you leave this country. I'm going to cancel for that. Cancel me right now. Thank you for that.
No.
No, because there are like, I have met many people, and especially like Naragi family, Naya, there are people who just suddenly use the word. And in their context, I always say that it's ignorance, because these are like my grandparents and my uncles and all. They come from a different generation, so they wouldn't really understand.
Yes.
So I think if you are somebody who knows what the word means, then it is your duty to tell them.
Yeah.
And it is to like tell them that this is what it is. But then after that, once they've known it, and if they still use it, then that's it. Like then that's their own.
Let's stop becoming the social justice word is not. It's not our argument.
No. This is not a social justice warrior thing. Social justice warrior would probably be somebody who goes around telling people that you can't say this at all.
Hey, you can't do that. This is your space. This is your safe space. This is your area. Like no.
What?
Why does that sound like Aries? Is that the comedian Aries?
Yeah, Aries Spears he has his bit no.
Yeah, it's that bit. No.
We got that one. Yeah.
So anyway, going back to Lunana.
Like going back now, all the way from America to
Like an hour,
Russia,
30 minutes back.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
from now back to the Lunana.
How long have you been recording for? Actually?
1 hour, 30 minutes.
It's okay.
Oh,
We'll keep this for a little bit longer, then we can wrap it up, because other than usually when we shoot it on the video, it's very tasking for the upload, no. But now since we're screen recording this, it's actually kind of easier. Usually it comes like 10 GB, yeah. But now since we're screen recording, I think it'll come to 1 to 2 GB, so it'll be easier to upload it.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, Akinle, say your thing you want to go to say.
No. That was just a bit that I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Just a bit. Okay. Okay, let's something about lockdown.
by the way, Sai, just letting you know, Sherab was the one who helped film one of the sketches in Getabi.
I know. You
Oh.
shared a story. I think it was with Jamyang and Nolagi's kitchen.
Yeah, Jamyang and Norla.
Where Norla is, spoiler alert, taped.
Yes.
What does he do? He drives there.
Where he's
Norla.
taped.
Let's just say that Norla gets
Yeah.
taped.
Yeah, taped. He's taped.
It's taped. Okay, I don't think I watched
So
that cut.
what,
Is it out in the?
are you segueing into my hobby of cinematography?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the whole
Nice
thing that I
segue.
was. Actually, I wasn't, but thank you for giving me that segue. So
Oh, you
yes,
weren't?
you are interested. In
I thought you were going towards that, man.
Oh,
I'm
guess
kidding,
what?
I was.
Guess what? Another thing before you say something.
Yes.
I thought segue
Yes. Was the bike?
was a word like but it's not. No, it's actually literally a word. It's to mean like it's come from something here. One second, let me
Yeah.
Google segue. How do you spell segue?
SEG.
SEG.
So segue.
Isn't it
No,
that
no,
weird
no.
also?
That's the wrong spelling. It's SEGWA.
I think SEGWAY is the motorbike.
What do you call that?
That not the electrical bike that mall cops use.
It's spelled SEGUE.
Oh, Segway.
Oh.
It means, what it means is it's in from without interruption, a piece of music or for a scene in a movie from one to another.
That is so a Segway.
Oh, without interruption.
Yeah, that's what it meant.
Is it a French word?
Huh? I don't know what language of origin, but I thought it was for the longest time. I thought it was like it was a context to the segue, or it was
me
like
too.
a word like for like conversation to another thing. But then actually, it comes from music and movies. Remember that?
Yes. So basically,
Easter egg.
a music to transition. Segway. All right.
Okay.
Le segue.
Okay,
Let's
let's
segue.
segue. And then
Yeah, but like you're now like you're also like filming and stuff, no? Like you're like going into that avenue also now.
I've always been into video way before even Lunana. I used to love photography and cinematography, and I learned a lot through Lunana, through Atajimi. He's a really talented cinematographer. He's so talented, and I learned so much from him, and I really look up to him, and learned a lot from him. That's basically it.
What have you guys watched during lockdown movie this week?
Movies.
Quickly just finished Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, Book of Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
I also recently watched it, finished watching it. It was.
Is it related to Mandalorian?
Yeah.
You don't know Boba Fett? He's
I don't like Star Wars.
Oh.
It's not because of any bias or anything. It's just that we've always been told the story without watching the movie. You know the spoilers, with Dark. So I was always like, okay. Then I watched. Then I got a bad influence. I watched the shitty trilogy first. I watched Phantom Menace was the first one, and I was like, this is a shitty movie.
You watched the prequel trilogy.
Prequel.
Yeah. Then the next two ones was okay, but I was never into the lore of Star Wars, so I'm really interested in it.
But
it's not like I hated it, it's just interested.
I feel like the prequels, they weren't that bad. I mean, for me. But then when I was a child, I thought, oh my God, Darth Vader is so cool. Sympathy for the devil. So I thought Hayden Christensen did very well playing Anakin. But then when I rewatched the movies later on, I feel like the line deliveries could be a bit better. But that also goes partly to the director, not just the actor.
Yeah, that's what.
So, and then I learned that critically, Hayden Christensen wasn't really, like put on a high pedestal. And then I was like, oh, that's such injustice. But then recently I found out that he's reprising his roles in Obi-Wan, the new series that's coming. And I was like, oh, redemption.
But he'll be masked, no?
Yeah, he's Darth Vader, but at least he will be Hayden Christensen.
The thing is that a lot of people
Hayden
like
Christensen, no?
Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
Like even during the original trilogy with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and what's her name, Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, like Harrison Ford had to rewrite so many of the dialogues apparently because
of George Lucas.
He just did not. Yeah, because he just did not like how George Lucas's dialogue writing was. Like for example,
Han Solo.
No, yeah. For example, especially his own lines. For example, like in the when the Empire Strikes Back, when Leia says "I love you" to Harrison Ford's Han Solo, the original line was supposed to be "I love you too," but then Harrison Ford felt that Han Solo would not. The character he is, the rogue, he would not say "I love you too" back. So instead, he just improvised that "I know," and that line works way more for his character than.
But it's more Harrison Ford than Han Solo.
Yeah.
Actually, when he was dying, when he died in the latest one, it was his happiest moment. He wanted the character to die for so long.
He actually wanted the character to die in Empire Strikes Back.
No, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he did not want to.
Oh shit! What's it called?
Frozen and Carbonite. Carbonite.
Carbonite.
I got a connection issue.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's alright.
I think we need to wrap it up with my dad's calling me for dinner.
Okay. Alright.
So it's dinner time already?
So what?
It's like 7.
What time do you eat dinner? Do you want to wrap it up on? It's a wrap. Bye.
What do you eat dinner? Yeah?
What?
Wow, you just lagged so hard right now.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, now.
What time do you guys eat dinner, Levi?
I eat at 5.
8 p.m.
Well, okay, so it's all different. Like my family we eat at 7.
Oh, okay.
I eat earlier. I like
16 minutes past your dinner time.
Yeah, but it's like 7-ish, Bhutanese style.
Okay.
It's not like 7-ish. So it's like 7.
In between 7 to 7:59. It's still 7.
Oh, sorry. One question I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, go for it.
What age did you rewatch Star Wars?
I still haven't watched the first original trilogy because I know the story, and I watched like some guy on YouTube recap it for me. So I have no desire to watch it again.
if I wouldn't recommend you watch the original trilogy and the prequels after it, because the thing about Star Wars is it's actually for children, and then adults are not gonna like it. If you are a children, you have that connection. If you were a child when you watched it, you
People
have
love
you
it
have
because
that.
it's like the nostalgia effect, no?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then if you want to rewatch Star Wars, watch thing first. The what's
Rogue
that?
One.
Rogue One.
Ah,
Watch Rogue One.
Rogue One,
Rogue One is really good for adults.
Yeah, I heard Rogue One was really good, but the problem is, again, I got spoiled. I knew what happens in the end.
Oh, okay.
So the thing about me is, if there's a spoiler, no, and I know the whole story, then I have no desire to watch.
But
We-
we're in
we-
Bhutan.
we-
We're like, we have no streaming services that release to us. Even if we do, we have to use. Just for me to watch Disney Plus Boba Fett, I not only have the subscription, but I have a subscription to NordVPN to be in a region where it's available.
Why are you being such a noob? We live in a third world country. Just to watch it off from some pirate website.
Yeah. I
about
pirated it off.
The thing about pirated things is you put yourself at risk of a data leak for yourself. You know.
You don't have to be the one who pirated it. You hire someone else to pirate it.
Not only you don't have to. Speaking of piracy, you can just stream it on some third-party website there, which I always do.
Oh, but then you don't get you get the spoilers. That's what I'm afraid of. Spoilers. I
Oh, it
didn't
comes
wa-
out like literally like 1 hour after it gets streamed in the thing, yeah.
No,
On
the Book of
main
Boba
site.
Fett won't be available, and also Mandalorian wasn't available for quite some time after its release, like a week or two, and by that time your social media is
Are you
flooded.
kidding? I got Mandalorian, the first episode, as soon as it dropped, I got it on the pirate website.
What, really?
Yeah, you can get it. That's what I'm saying. You don't
Because
need
people-
NordVPN,
people
all this,
who-
what you call Disney Plus. You know.
There are people who like have subscriptions to Disney Plus, and what they do is they just record. They use some third-party
Record the
apps to like record the screen. And a lot of the time it's like really good quality, like it's like 1080, 720p, which for me is fine.
But then
Yeah, of
140.
course.
let's talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, No Way Home.
I have not.
Yeah, because
You have not watched it. It came out in HD now. Watch it.
it came out in HD. Where?
It came out HD in like third-party pirate site.
No, it's not there.
I don't really want to watch it now.
I watched it twice. That's the movie which I like. I watched it in theater
no,
print,
I'm
and
talking
I
about.
watched it.
I'm talking about No Way Home. Huh?
Yeah.
The one with the three.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
yeah. So
It happens. I don't really want to watch it actually. In all honesty, I don't know. I just like haven't been really watching a lot of Marvel-y stuff. I'm kind of like I told you last time. No? Like I'm sort
Have you
of burnt.
become a DC fanboy now?
No. It's just like I've sort of burnt out on Marvel for a while. Like ever since even the Loki series also, I did not enjoy watching it. I found it very exhausting to watch it. Then I didn't watch Eternals. I haven't watched any of the Marvel movies that came out.
Eternal is meh.
By all means, you guys can talk about it because I don't care about spoilers.
okay, so
Wow, spoiler alert. Signal, spoiler alert. Spoiler
What?
talk, Spider-Man.
no, I'm not
If
talking about
anyone
that
doesn't
anymore.
want-
I'm going back
Okay,
to
shall
your
I-
question. What have we been watching during lockdown? So
Yeah, what have
Kinley
you been
said
watching?
Book of Boba Fett, and now your turn.
What have you been watching?
Oh,
You've also been watching Boba Fett. What?
Yeah, I've been watching Boba Fett. I've been watching what's oh yeah I've been rewatching Family Guy, and also I've been watching The Golden Girls. It's really nice.
Shit.
Yeah,
Wow. Classic man.
yeah. It's
I
really
downloaded.
nice. You downloaded what?
Golden
I've
Girls.
been watching Blackadder.
What's that now?
What's that?
Mr. Bean, him and Rowan Atkinson.
Uh-huh.
So in the early 80s, towards the late 80s, he had done this entire like sitcom of comedy, and it's really good. Blackadder.
Okay, Blackadder. All right.
Okay.
I'll try
Retro
to watch
stuff.
that. And you, Sai?
Jessica Bangkok.
Jessica Bangkok. Jessica Bangkok. Guys, don't Google that. Please do not Google that.
To the kids watching,
It'll change your life. It'll change your life. Just kidding.
Don't.
But you should. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah. Thing is, I like there's this new trend which is on YouTube. Is like they recap movies. No. So I like that stuff, man. So that's why I watched all the recap of the
Oh.
Star Wars. recap of all the Avengers,
The-
the saga.
Idiot explains.
No, I should check that out. Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, that series is really funny as well. That guy, he animates himself, but then he basically summarizes the whole film, and then
Okay,
he
cool,
rates
cool.
it.
Yeah, I like watching this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do some content like that also. Like there's some show also called Drunk History where you make the guy drunk, no, and then they explain something. History,
Drunk
and then they reenact it, no. It's so good, man.
I haven't watched
Good.
it.
Drunk history, oversimplified. These are the ways to learn history.
I
love
love
oversimplified.
oversimplified. I like learned so much about like wars in the world.
Yeah.
But then also like that's why I know what's happening in Mandalorian and Boba Fett because I just like watch this guy 5 minutes summarizes everything. The next time someone brings it up, you're like, oh yeah, that happened. You know what happens.
So
But in terms of shows, I really want to get down and watch. No, I like watching Ozark. Have you guys watched it?
no.
Ozark is on Netflix. It's about money laundering, drugs.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
really
okay.
good. It's really good.
Next
And then
time
there's,
Sai says, "Oh yeah, I've watched it," I'm not gonna believe him.
no, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
we just know that-
Explanation or watch the movie.
Oh,
But then like movies which I don't get bored watching is like Spider-Man No Way Home, where I like meticulously like every Easter egg I like to look at it. And also like I'm really looking forward to the Batman, no. But every time I go online, the shittiest print is out there right now. So I'm waiting for that to go. At least this.
There's a new Jackass movie also, no? I want to watch
Yeah,
that.
I want to watch it. The reviews.
I
are
think this
pretty
is the finale, or is it?
Yeah, at this point,
the
they're going to
final
die. They do more stunts after this. They're like in their 50s.
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Like apparently the first day of shooting, Johnny Knoxville went to like the ICU low because
Yeah,
like now
he
they're 50
concussed-
there. They can't take this shit anymore.
The
Oh, another thing. Sorry, shut up, go on.
just on Jackass, the one prank I remember so vividly is when he replaces his face cream with horse semen.
Oh,
Or semen, yeah.
And then
It's still
they-
in my
they-
head, you know. I'm like,
they-
this guy has been
one of
using
the
it for
guys-
like a few weeks.
And then
He
one of the
even
guys
says not to
drink the hot
alcohol,
cum,
but
no.
like leather.
He scares him to drink the hot cum. God. Like.
Yeah.
And then the pubes also, no, like they make him like think it's beard, no. But then they make him
Oh, yeah.
pubes,
Where they make him pretend to be a terrorist.
Yeah. They were the first prank culture video makers, I think, yeah. No, then they started the whole internet, YouTube
yes.
pranks. Jackass was OG, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of them. I think 2 of them have died, no? 2 of the original members are dead. They're not there anymore.
Yeah. I think
But for other reasons, not even Jackass related reasons.
the short guy.
Yeah, it's
was
all
the
drug and alcohol related.
One was a car accident, I think. One was a car
Yeah.
accident. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, like, one
The
thing I
first
was
time
going
I
to say.
watched, yeah.
Sorry, Kenny, what do you want to say? I don't
No, go on, you go on. It's okay.
thing. Right now, this thing has been viral. This thing, yeah. My Nuchos was playing the game, Elden Ring.
Coronavirus.
Are you guys playing Elden Ring? Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from software. It's their newest release.
Yeah.
The thing about Elden Ring is I've never been into Dark Souls. Sorry.
Me also.
I'm
I've never
gonna
been into-
offend a lot
I
of
can
gamers,
relate.
but I've never been into Dark Souls. Mainly because
I can't.
the PC port of Dark Souls, it's like Dark Souls is optimized for controllers. So I'm a keyboard and
Yeah.
mouse gamer. Now
So
I
you can
have
connect with-
controllers and all. Yeah.
You can connect,
Back
yeah.
then, I didn't have controllers. I had a PS2 controller. So I couldn't... I was not tech savvy enough, though now I have everything that I need to play games. That's why I wasn't into Dark Souls. So I know what Elden Ring is. Doesn't really entice me to buy into it.
I'm actually I've watched most of the gameplay for all the From Software games, and I think they have a game in their series called Bloodborne.
Yeah, that's one of the people consider it very good. Yeah.
I love that not because of the game, but because it delves into so much Lovecraft horror, and I'm a huge fan of Lovecraftian horror. So it's like really like that game just for the fact, and I think Sekiro is really good too. It's like Japanese.
Shadows Die
No,
Twice.
Sekiro. Forgot what the tagline is. Sekiro,
Shadows Die Twice.
Shadows Die Twice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
We
I just...
had a recent Naruto.
What?
Speaking
Naruto?
of Japanese things,
Speaking of Japanese things, what, Naruto?
I've been rewatching Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Naruto's the bomb, man.
Yeah. I'm a huge Naruto fan as well. I've never completed the series though.
Me too. Same thing. I've watched till he fights Pain. Then I was playing the Shippuden games, so all the story was in the games.
Game.
So they explained the whole story in the game. So I was like, okay, now I know what's happened. I don't want to play. I don't know what.
They have even
But
started
I'm watching.
Boruto.
Boruto. I don't watch Boruto because I think it's whack. Yeah, I wanted it to end at Naruto.
At Naruto.
In my head, I
The
feel
ending-
like after Naruto dies, Konohamaru becomes Hokage and everything's fine.
Don't talk about the ending. I have not finished it yet.
I've
No,
not
no. What I'm
seen
saying
the
is,
ending.
the ending is so like.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I don't want to spoil it for you. It's just the ending has so much like it's such an ass pull. So that's all I'm going to say.
You have said enough. Because
Same with me with Dragon Ball. I have not finished watching Dragon Ball.
yeah,
so I
me-
only
me
played by playing like Budokai Tenkaichi, all this. I know
No,
the
but
story.
it's going on still. Dragon Ball is still going on.
Oh, Super is like whack for me, man.
Yeah, Super's nice. I thought Super was nice.
It's like after every like oh, this is the most powerful fighter in the universe. Then he gets defeated. No,
Yeah,
I'm the most powerful.
That was a sort of that's what Akira Toriyama he sort of wrote that into himself now, that each time a villain comes, Goku gets stronger, and then there has to be a villain who's stronger, then he gets stronger. So he just has to keep getting stronger, and that's what's doing.
Like they made a whole big
one
deal
day-
out of becoming Super Saiyan, okay? Out of becoming Super Saiyan, he destroyed Namek, Oh, power, Super Saiyan. Now
Well,
Super Saiyan is
technically,
bullshit.
Frieza destroyed Namek.
Yeah, but it's
editor,
also like,
put crows flying around my ears right now. The one who edits. Make the audio go out and just zoom into me because I'm like,
but then what do you call? If they're going to make Goku Super Saiyan, like now, like I don't know, the blue hair and shit, they're diminishing Super Saiyan 1, no, and it was such a big deal back then. So I'm like, fuck that shit.
I think it'll get to a point where Goku becomes so powerful that he screams and the universe breaks.
oh, One Punch Man. That was really good. I binge watched.
Yeah.
Binge watched that whole series like in about
Season 2 was
a night or a
okay.
day.
Season 2 so much. Season 1 was good.
I'm looking forward to other seasons. It's a lot of things they set up, no? We need to find out what.
Nice. It's nice.
But if you the manga got really interesting though. The
Oh,
manga is getting quite interesting.
I need to check it
I
out.
don't.
Okay, anyways, guys, sorry, but I
Yeah,
need
you
to
gotta go
for
have dinner.
because
Alright.
my father is calling and I'm.
You go say I will do the call out. I will do the end up.
No, you can just do it right now.
Oh yeah.
We can just do it
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
All right. So thanks, Sherab. Once again, the leading man for Lunana or
Oscar nominated.
LuAna.
Oscar nominated.
Oscar nominated
A girl
LuAna, a
who
young
escapes her island and goes on a self-discovery mission to save her Samoan heritage.
Okay. I was like, what?
Okay.
Yeah. You can follow Sherab on his socials. You have socials, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you can follow it. They'll be in the description. You can follow me and Sai as well. Please subscribe to Junor, not just on their, not just on YouTube, but also on their Instagram as
Instagram,
well as
Facebook.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look up pickling.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And
Okay,
thank you
anyway,
guys
we
who have
look forward
watched.
to more of stuff from Sherab. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots more
When
stuff
when
coming.
that happens.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't watched Get Bay, please do. New episodes out.
Yeah, new episode is out. And if you if you want to watch Lunana, how do you watch Lunana, Sherab?
I think it's in.
Pirated.
I don't think so, but it's in American platforms right now. So if you have a VPN, join on to American servers, and then
Technically pirated.
Amazon Prime, YouTube, Google Play, I think.
Oh, it's on Amazon Prime, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's on YouTube also. YouTube Red.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
There was a website that had it. There was a Chinese website.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
Chinese,
pirated.
pirated.
Yeah,
It was
the
pirated
Chinese,
Chinese.
dub. So they got that one. I
It wasn't dub, actually, it
Chinese
was sub.
subtitles. Sorry.
It was just Chinese
yep.
subs.
So anyway, bye guys. Before we
Okay.
Thanks for coming. I gotta go for dinner.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Ciao. To the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Sherab,
Bye.
thank you. See you all.
see you guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
See you.